All right, welcome. Good morning, good day, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to the official Age of Empires Online Project Celeste Twitch channel. Coming up in less than a minute. Well, probably won't start it exactly then, but coming up in just a moment, we will have our community challenge today, which is going to involve some pretty cool matches for you all. Okay, we are going to have to start out a fun little 2v1 Pharos and Coolblade versus Carnage. Carnage returning to the game after a bit of a break. So that should be an interesting game, to say the least. So Carnage versus Pharos and Coolblade. And then, after that, we are going to take a look at the new update. Okay, so that's going to be fun. We're going to look at all the new aspects of the latest patch of Age of Empires Online Project Celeste, involving some updates to UI and gameplay, but also some more content, things like that. And then after that, we will have Crimson versus the Ace. And then we will have the very special event 2v2 involving some of our top players: Carnage, Eery, Recon. I'm hoping Zerton. Okay, I'm hoping Zerton comes through. But if not Zerton, then we will have the Ace filling in for Zerton. And then after that, we'll conclude with some pickup games and go from there. So it's going to be a good day, for sure. So right now I'm just going to be getting our folks in here. And then we will get right into the first match. So invite your friends. Let's get in here and get this ball rolling. Just going to get the stream pulled up here. Let me know, guys, while we're still kind of waiting, let me know how the music is, how the volume on the mic is, to make sure everything is good to go. Let me know if anything is too loud, too quiet. We're now just waiting on Carnage to get in here, and then we will get ready to rock and roll. Alright. Waiting on Carnage. I'm hoping by the time this game is over, I will have word from Zerton. On if he will participate in our 2v2, but at the very least we have Eery, Recon, and Carnage, and so that's going to be an absolute blast. The Ace will fill in for Zerton if he's unable to play, so that's going to be good stuff. Alright. So, thanks for tuning in. Okay. All right. Let's Carnage. So, while we're waiting on Carnage, let me talk again about the update, the newest update to Age of Empires Online Project Celeste. So the developers have been hard at work, super hard at work, getting quality of life updates to the game in addition to new content. So there's going to be all kinds of quality of life updates that we're going to go over in this latest patch. What I'm super excited about is the PvP guide that PF2K created. So shout out to PF2K. PF2K has poured so much into this game, so much it's not even quantifiable at this point. And he created a PvP guide that is absolutely incredible. And so we're going to take a look at that especially, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Really cool to dig into that and kind of see what that's all about. And then we are also going to just kind of go over briefly some of the latest updates to the game, the skip quest feature, the UI updates in a couple places, some new tooltips, things like that. And yeah, it's going to be really cool, and then we'll talk a little bit about a few of the things that are coming up as well. So, very excited to show you guys that, but without further ado, we are about to get into this first game here of Carnage versus Pharos and Coolblade, a 2v1, perhaps the first time in Age of Empires Online that we have a 2v1 in the community challenge. So I'm going to get our players invited here. The map is going to be equal footing. It's going to be just a best of one. Yep, 2v1, Carnage versus Pharos and Coolblade. So we will see. Pharos is going to switch civs real quick. Pharos is going to switch civs real quick. Yeah, 2v1. Map is going to be equal footing. Just going to see if Carnage can take on a couple mid-level players. Coolblade and Pharos are pretty good. They're a little bit better than me in my estimation. So the map is going to be equal footing. And we will see how that goes. So yeah, Carnage did win the last tournament, the last official tournament in Age of Empires Online Project Celeste. So I think he might be able to pull it off. We'll see. But nevertheless, 2v2 is near impossible, or 2v1 is near impossible if you're playing against decent players. So Carnage may end up getting beat, but that's okay. So we're going to get into this game here, guys. Be sure, again, to invite your friends. Get in, listen. Y'all know what to do at this point. It is time to get your popcorn ready, okay? Here we go. Best of one, Carnage versus Pharos and Coolblade. And we have yet another delay. Everyone keeps wanting to switch civs on me, and Carnage said he needs to activate clown mode. Okay. Alright, he has activated clown mode, and here we go. I think that probably means he pulled up the stream so he can stream snipe. Alright. We tested the connection just a few moments ago, so there shouldn't be a problem. Here we go. go. Who's got the popcorn ready? Everybody got your popcorn ready? Because we are in here. Yeah, Pharos and Coolblade are good enough that it very well could be a Stomperoni. In honor of Carnage's lack of a teammate, we will be leaving his second box empty. Or rather, I chose the 2v2 overlay so that he would have an empty box. But look at this. Here we go. Blue Carnage as the Persians. Starting out pretty standard on his hunt here. Going for some early wood. We've got Coolblade as the yellow Greeks. And we have Pharos as the red Persians. And I chose equal footing very intentionally because I feel like it somewhat evens out a 2v1 in that when this map is 2v2, you know, the players are stacked vertically here, as you can see with Pharos and Coolblade's town centers. So, you know, that might allow Carnage to maintain some decent map control, or at least negate somewhat the ability of Pharos and Coolblade to establish overwhelming map control. So, Carnage has an early Rax coming down. So that makes sense given the fact that he's probably going to need to defend against some early aggression. Pharos also has an early Rax coming down, and also, I'm sorry, Pharos and Coolblade both have an early Rax coming down. So their Rax are done. However, Carnage Barracks is not yet done. So we'll see if that causes any issues for him in terms of kind of a late Rax there. I see Eery, are there any rules? No, not really. Just kind of a fun little game to see who needs to get good. Okay, does Coolblade and Pharos combine together equal one big boy? Or are they still little manlets even together? Or does Carnage need to get good? Can't beat two players at once by himself? Wow, scrub. No, kidding. All these players are great. This is just a fun game. This tells us nothing about anything. So, I see Rex G has his popcorn ready. I see Crimson has his popcorn ready. Crimson is in a game following this after we showcase the new update. So, Pharos is going to lose his scout here. That's not going to be good for him. But his teammate still has his scout, so that should be okay. Yeah, Eery, maybe it should be on Arabia, although I kind of thought that perhaps a game on equal footing would be A, quick, because this game is just meant to be fun and quick, but then also B, maybe help Carnage since his opponents will be stacked vertically instead of horizontally. We got some early aggression here coming down from Coolblade. Coolblade going to try to deny this storehouse, and he will deny it. Carnage is going to throw it right back up, and it looks like, okay, he's going to lose it again. But with the Persian aid tent upgrade, his villager is not really losing that much health, and really Coolblade is just losing all of his units here. And now Coolblade is going to lose his scout as well. Yes, the scout does go down, and this spearman is now running for his life. So Carnage able to defend against that early pressure from Coolblade, and yeah, Coolblade lost quite a bit for not very much in return on investment. So a bit of a suicide run there for Coolblade. So Carnage so far doing pretty well, although Pharos has not really decided to exercise any early aggression. Pharos is now in H2. He is the first player to hit H2. Carnage is right behind him, about halfway to H2 here. So looks like Pharos is now going to be sending down his Spar Bar to try to defend against this counter push from Carnage. Carnage says, you know what, I defended that early aggression from Coolblade, so now I'm just going to send a counterattack. And Carnage does have a nice critical mass of Spar Bar here, so if he's able to micro well, which I know he will be able to focus down a lot of these units So this is an absolutely amazing display from Carnage here. Splits his units, does take down another Sparabar from Pharos, has not yet lost a Sparabar of his own. Took down a Spearman for Coolblade again as took down a Spearman for Coolblade too. I'll get it out here in a moment, folks. So pretty nicely played here from Carnage so far. CMK, what's up? Good to see you, man. Recon saying that he'd try some imbalanced raiders while making towers. Here comes some more aggression from Carnage. Artisher in the house. Everyone say hey to Artisher. Artisher's our normal community challenge host, but he is taking a much deserved break to get some life stuff in order and just kind of hang out. But speaking of Artisher, folks, go ahead and take a moment to just give a shout out to today's sponsor, Cigarettes by Artisher. Get your Artisher cigarettes. Smoke 50 cigarettes a day, never die. Buy Artisher cigarettes today. Artisher Cigarettes is a normal sponsor of the stream, folks. So be sure to check out Artisher Cigarettes at twitch.tv/Artisher. Alright, so second town center down for Carnage over here on the western side of his base. Very nice kind of town center placement here for Carnage. He's able to use the town center to kill this hippo. He'll be able to get this other hippo as well. He's got a hunt around, a berry here, a gold mine within gathering distance, and then also protecting 2 different tree lines and a stone mine, and a nice little spawn over here for Carnage as well. So far, this map is not too bad for Carnage. He did bring his Sparabara home. He did as much damage as he could, trying to slow down his opponents early. I think that's probably going to be Carnage's best bet here, is to get some pressure on his opponents early to try to slow them down as much as possible so that he can kind of catapult himself into Age 2 and be significantly ahead of both of his opponents to be prepared for the inevitable 2-person push, which will be very difficult even for the likes of Carnage. I should have done Artisher's cigarette commercial in my best Bogan impression, my best Australian impression. Hello, I'm Artisher. How you going? I'm just gonna step out for a smoke. No, hold on. Alright. We're done with that, okay? This is serious time, okay? Clash of Clowns is very serious. So, Pharos throwing up some walls on the western and eastern sides of their bases here. Pharos is trying to get in some spearmen. It looks like he's anticipating some Asabara from Carnage. He's also got some Asabara of his own, an archery range coming down, and a second stables. Meanwhile, Carnage trying to defend against some against some additional pressure here from Coolblade. Coolblade sending in some Hippaspis to once again try to deal a little bit of damage. Doesn't get much done given the fact that Carnage has the A tent, which actually looks like these villagers here are in range of this A tent right here, which is very nice. So it doesn't get much for his troubles. Carnage electing to throw up some guard towers here to again defend against his opponents. So Carnage taking a bit of a defensive approach here. He's got 2 archery ranges down on the field, and looks like no stables yet. Meanwhile, Coolblade getting an armory, has the stables up, 2 stables in fact, so it looks like Coolblade anticipating excuse me, the heavy bowman count, going for some Cersofroy. And Pharos now has a double archer range, double stables, So doing quite nicely. He's got his second town center in the back of his base here. Nice little setup here for him as well on this gold mine and this tree line. So Pharos sending in some Asabara here. He may be able to get one villager. Does get one villager, perhaps two villagers for his troubles. Down goes an Asabara. Down goes the other two Asabara. Does he get one more villager? He does not. So losing the Asabara there. But look at this. Carnage is now in age 3. Carnage did kind of elect to go defensive. You know, he did that early counter push to try to get some pressure on his opponents, but he has now transitioned to a bit of a defensive approach, but is now in age 3 and will be churning out quite a bit of immortals now at this point, given the fact that he's got these stables up. And I'm just realizing that, do I not have... Hello? Whoops. Hold on. Game time, training and tech progress. Doesn't it normally well, I'm an idiot. It was there, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Okay. Alright. So, Pharos and Coolblade are amassing some units here. It's got some Hephaspus here, some cool looking vanity gear. I'm not sure if this is one of the new pieces of vanity. I feel like it might be one of the new pieces of Gallic vanity. So we're going to take a look at that as well, guys. The new the new vanity gear sets in Sparta. Pretty pumped about that. So stay tuned for that after this match here. But looks like Pharos and Coolblade are ready to move out a little bit here. We'll see how Carnage defends against this. He's got a forward town center. Once again, defending some nice resources here. In fact, hunt, trees, gold, stone, the whole shebang. So we'll see if he can defend. However, Coolblade is going to send a quite massive amount of Series into the eastern side of Carnage's base here. So we'll see how Carnage's micro stands up to the test. Pharos is not moving in, however. I was expecting a two-pronged attack, but it looks like instead Coolblade is going to try to poke a little bit, but he is going to fall back. These guard towers are going to provide some decent defensive fire for Carnage. He is throwing up a wall as well, trying to still just turn out those immortals. He's getting some Asabara onto the field now. He's got a stables down, 2 armories, so he's got he's got double. He's got double the armory production is the word I was looking for. So he's got 2 upgrades in process right now. Here come the series from Coolblade again, though. Pharos not keen to push into the front of the base here. So Coolblade, it looks like perhaps the strategy from Coolblade and Pharos is Coolblade is applying the pressure while Pharos is trying to kind of boom his economy. So perhaps maybe they're trying to set each other up so that, you know, they keep Carnage in his base while Pharos kind of establishes the late game for their team. We'll see how that pays off. These series are not incredible against villagers, but Coolblade does have quite a few of them, so he's going to be able to deal a decent enough amount of damage. Coolblade is now moving his series out. Carnage did not finish his wall over here, so he does need to get up a defensive wall. Looks like Carnage is getting up a fortress over here. That's going to be a nice defensive fortress. He's pretty much got the western side of his base on lockdown. It's really the eastern side of his base that is quite wide open. So he is going to need to gain control of the eastern side of his base as well. And at some point, Carnage is also going to have to think about his mid to late game gold income. He's got several gold mines that he's on top of right now. He's got this one in the back of the base, one on the western side, northern side here. But eventually, once those run out, he's going to need to either establish a market line somewhere over here or try to gain control of these gold mines kind of on the outskirts of the map. So we'll see what Carnage decides to do in that regard. Some nice Carthaginian vanity gear on his Asabara here, looking good. Pharos not choosing to do anything yet with his Asabara, but we'll see what happens. So Just gonna catch up on some chat. Oh, down arrow where the normal gear is. Down arrow. You lied to me. I don't know what you say, Eery. Yeah, Eery, I'm an idiot. Okay, just hush. There it is. Delian and Carthaginian. Where was the Hippaspis? I wanted to see if, I guess Coolblade doesn't have any more Hippaspis. I was gonna see if he had any Gallic gear on them. But anyway, back to the game here, folks. Carnage in a 1v2 is moving out on his opponents. The bravery. Okay, he is moving in on his opponents here. Pharos needs to get in this fight. He's got several mounted archers over here, just not in this fight. He needs to move in. Asabara coming into the back. Gonna try to get onto these bowmen. Carnage going to move these bowmen around here, try to protect them. The Ceres coming in as well, so Carnage is going to have to protect his bowmen here. He's moving in his Asabara to deal with these Ceres. Bowmen so strong, as well as these immortals, just so incredibly strong. Look at this. Carnage in a 2v1 absolutely decimates Coolblade's army and now has Pharos' army on the run. Folks, Carnage, the absolute mad lad, is he going to be able to win a 2v1? We will see. He is on the offensive. Pharos establishing a market line on the western side here. They are slowly creeping out, gaining almost 50% of the map here, especially using walls in the forward town center here. Carnage, however, just slowly building his base out. He is not really building any walls, but look at this. He's destroyed the original town center of Coolblade. This is absolutely insane. 2v1, Carnage has almost decimated Coolblade. Coolblade is now reeling. He is just now getting, or I'm sorry, he only has 2 town centers. He's just now throwing up the 3rd town center replacement. He's got 2 on the east and west here, but he's going to try to throw it up. He does delete that. He realizes he's pretty much lost control of this southern portion of their base, so Carnage doesn't even try for anything fancy. He doesn't try for a pincer movement. He doesn't try for, you know, some shifty strategy or anything like that. The absolute madman just goes straight into the front door of these two and destroys Coolblade's original town center and is just absolutely decimating this southern tip of their base. So now Coolblade and Pharos' armies have retreated. They have decided to give this ground to Carnage, a tactical retreat, if you will, throwing up a fortress on the west here, so that's going to be a powerful defensive measure here for Coolblade. Pharos trying to hold the line in the center of their base here. Meanwhile, the eastern part of the base is pretty vulnerable, and it looks like Carnage may have recognized that. It looks like he's going to send some Asabara over here, try to get these villagers, maybe try to hit this market, but this is scary for Pharos and Coolblade. We're going to see if they're going to be able to keep up. Pharos trying to go toe-to-toe with Carnage's army here. Carnage does have quite a few armory upgrades at this point. I thought I could see over here even the unresearched stuff. Maybe I've screwed something up. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I wish, isn't there a way for me to see the tech upgrades? Anyway, Asabara for Carnage coming in again on this market line, so this is going to be even more devastating for Coolblade. Pharos absolutely has to find a way to keep his teammate in this game, because without Coolblade, Pharos will lose. Pharos cannot go toe-to-toe with Carnage himself, so Pharos does absolutely need to keep his teammate into this game. These Asabara are still decimating these caravans. Pharos smartly sending over his mounted archers, which are good against cavalry. They have that multiplier against cavalry. He's sending them over to take out those Asabara. And meanwhile, Carnage just slowly streaming in immortals and bowmen, kind of keeping Pharos busy in the middle here. Coolblade popping out some Toxotes. And Pharos holding the line here in the center. So the center did hold. Pharos did hold the line, but Carnage regrouping, coming in again for another attack. Carnage does have a market established on the western side of the map here. If Pharos is able to spot that, then Carnage could be in some trouble. He does have sight of it, so he is aware of it, but it looks like so far Pharos is not keen to try to disrupt Carnage's market line here. Carnage does have this fortress, but not much else defensively. And actually, just as I say that, Pharos actually is now sending in some Asabara to try to attack this market line. So Carnage is going to have to respond to that. Carnage maybe needs to pop out some mounted archers to deal with these Asabara over here, because this is going to be absolutely critical for Carnage to hold on to this gold mine, hold on to this market line. So we'll see what he sends over to deal with that. Looks like he's pulling out some mounted archers. Okay, so good choice. Going to send some mounted archers to deal with those Asabara. Meanwhile, Coolblade is back in the fight. Barely, but he is back in the fight. He's got some Padromos on the field. Getting out some priests as well, so going to be able to get some healing in the field. But look at this. Forward fortress from Carnage. Carnage is going to build this fortress kind of in this foothold. He's punched a hole into their base, and he now has this foothold in the southern tip of the Pharos Coolblade base, and he is also gaining control of this gold mine. So absolutely crazy plays here from Carnage. It is a crazy game in a 2v1, so Carnage is going to have to pull out all the stops here. He's got several mounted archers to try to deal with these now mounted archers and Asabara over here for Pharos. So Pharos trying to kind of split up his army a little bit, try to disrupt the economy of Carnage. Can Carnage hold on? Can Carnage turn this huge hit into, can he translate that into an actual win? Can he hold the advantage? He is slowly losing grip of it. Pharos is back in the match with many Toxotes. He's got some Padromos on the front lines. Going to be able to bring down these Asabara quite quickly. Carnage is going to have to retreat. This fortress is down to almost half health. Pharos investing heavily in this attack on the west here. He desperately wants to disrupt the market line of Carnage. And indeed, if Carnage loses his market line, then perhaps he could lose the game. But Carnage, if he would scout, he would see that there's absolutely no activity on the eastern side of the map here. He needs to maybe establish some control in the east. He's got 1, 2, 3 gold mines that he could take control of, in addition to some food and stone. Absolutely no line of sight, no activity on the eastern corner of the map here for Pharos and Coolblade, and could also establish a nice market line, throw up some walls right here, and establish that market line on the east instead of the west. So Carnage, if he scouts that, he may see that. He does have his Asabara over here, so he could see that. However, he is holding the line quite nicely. Carnage did pretty much fall back kind of in the center of the map here, and has now transitioned to holding the line on the west here to defend his markets. But this is going to be difficult for Carnage to defend. It looks like he is probably going to lose this fort. 2 rams coming in for Pharos, and a decent little army here for Coolblade as well. So this fortress is going to come down. He's going to lose his villagers. He's trying to defend it or repair it, but he's going to lose this fortress. He's going to bring in some Asabara, Carnage is, but it's going to be a little bit too little too late. So it appears that Coolblade and Pharos have once again reestablished control of their land. They have repelled the invaders that are Carnage's forces. Coolblade is at 155 pop, so has he? Yeah, he has established his 3rd town center. He's down some houses, so he's getting some houses down now. Pharos moving in again on the eastern side of the map here, or excuse me, the western side of the map. Fortress coming down for Carnage and a siege workshop. Pharos does see this siege workshop, but he is not going to be able to deny it. So Carnage is going to be able to establish a siege workshop, but Coolblade has an idea of his own. He is pushing now into the kind of western center of Carnage's base. He is going to be met by this forward fortress, and Carnage is microing like an absolute madman. So Carnage is going to be able to push back the force of Coolblade. However, now Pharos is moving in, so Carnage perhaps needs to split his forces. His opponents have now split his forces. This could be absolutely devastating for Carnage. He is going to lose a town center here. 2 Rams coming in as well, so he's going to lose additional production facilities. He absolutely needs to react to this. He's instead sending his Asabara into Pharos' base. So it looks like his idea is perhaps to send just defensive reinforcements to deal with these units. He's now lost the town center. He's lost 2 stables. Could lose more. This Ram is coming in for the town center. He's going to lose another stables, a 4th stables. Sending in Immortals to deal with Pharos' Immortals, but this town center is getting hit very heavily by the single Ram. He's going to send some villagers to deal with that. Now Coolblade moving in onto the markets, but again, he is going to be met by this fortress. But look at this. The priests are getting in some conversion, so that's going to be devastating as well. Asabara now dealing some damage. A few Immortals to hold the line here on the west. Meanwhile, back in the center of Carnage's base, he has defended successfully his town center here. The guard towers did help a little bit. He could perhaps stand to get a guard tower upgrade. Nice houses in the wall, but it looks like Carnage is going to throw in the towel. The double pressure was just too much for him. Absolutely well played by Carnage, showcasing how he is the top player in the game, taking on 2 very strong opponents. Not top opponents, but very strong in their own right. Very strong opponents in their own right, and holding and almost winning. He punched a big hole in their base, but ultimately was not able to continue the invasion and was repelled. So let's check out some post-game stats here. And what you guys are going to notice is that Carnage's score was ahead of both his opponents most of the game. You're going to notice that the villagers were a little ahead for Carnage most of the game. We'll take a look at military population. So again, this is kind of that mid-game where Carnage made that great push. Almost translated it into a victory. I'm looking for, there we go. Yeah, so as you can see, Carnage outgathered his opponents, outgathered Pharos by about 10,000, 11,000, outgathered Coolblade by about 23,000, but nevertheless, Coolblade and Pharos were able to finally start splitting their forces and deal enough pressure to Carnage to get the victory. In fact, perhaps it was a bit of a kind of a bait and switch maneuver. You know, Pharos moved in with the Rams and with the Immortals, did get a town center and several production facilities, and Carnage had to, you know, try to deal with that. He sent in some Asabara to try to deal some damage because he knew that the only way he would be able to translate this into a victory long term was to deal economic damage. So they defended against Carnage's invading forces. Carnage was able to repel this, but in the meantime, while he was defeated here and defending here, Coolblade moved in again on his market line, and Pharos moved in as well and was able to deal the economic damage that was able to get the victory for Pharos and Coolblade. So well played to all players. Fun game, but I mean, all I'm saying, folks, is if Carnage was a better player, he may have been smart enough to check out the brand new PvP guide. Okay, so the latest update to Age of Empires Online, Project Celeste. Stand by, folks. We're gonna, well, yeah, we're gonna put it above everything real quick. So the latest update to Age of Empires Online, Project Celeste, brought us an incredible PvP guide created by the one, the only PF2K. If PF2K is in chat, please give PF2K a huge round of applause, a huge shout out, because this is absolutely crazy. We're going to go into these details real quick, guys, but I want to focus on the PvP guide. Excuse me, focus on the PvP guide. So first, I'm going to talk about some other updates to the game. So in the latest patch, we got, what should I start with? We got some really cool features. I'm going to head to Cyprus, okay? PF2K. So we got a skip quest feature. Okay, so what this skip quest feature is going to do is once you hit level 40, you can, good luck. You know, you hit level 40, you might hit level 40 any number of ways, right? You might hit level 40 by doing skirmish, you might hit level 40 by doing PvP, you might hit level 40 by doing repeatable quests, you know, you might hit level 40 by playing good old Peepaw 100,000 times. Oh wait, I just realized we're going to miss. Hold on. Who did I miss? Sorry guys, I missed the whatever we just had. Thank you to whatever that was. Alright, I'm going to leave it like that. Alright. Oh, wait. It was a subscription. Coolblade. Coolblade. There it is. Coolblade. Thank you. Thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription. You demand Coolblade. Check it out, by the way, guys. We are $300 away from being able to do a $1,000 Romans release tournament. That is absolutely insane. Or 1,000 euro, whatever. Probably a little less euros, but absolutely incredible, absolutely insane. So huge shout out to everyone who has donated, everyone who has subbed to the channel, everyone who supported Project Celeste, and we're going to talk about Roman's release here in a moment. But yeah, this you might get to level 40, as I was saying, you might get to level 40 any number of ways, right? And then you get to these quests that that are common on all civs. You know, it's a common quest in the game. Like defeat Gideon, defeat Chaitroi, that you have played maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times once the Romans come out, and you don't want to play it again. You want to just get to the legendary quest. You have to beat these quests to get to the legendary quest. Well, now you can skip it for a certain amount of empire points. You get the rewards and all that good stuff. So it's not a way to boost you to level 40, but because you're already at level 40, but it allows you to skip quests and get to those repeatable legendary quests. So that's absolutely amazing. And then, oh wait, I'm gonna go to Sparta now. In addition, we have a couple other updates. There was some quest tweaking as well. Legendary quest tweaking, things of that nature. And yeah, guys, it's meant to be steep, you know. You're skipping a quest, you're getting the rewards, so it's a way, you know, if you have empire points to use, it's a way for you to use those empire points. But check this out. Oh, look at this. Sparta actually was reorganized because there are new vanity sets in Sparta. We have the new Hades vanity set. Looks absolutely amazing. Of course, the normal heroic Spartan set, and then also the heroic Gallic set. Okay, and I'm absolutely super excited about this, especially the Gallic set. This stuff just looks absolutely incredible. Some traditional Celtic art, kind of Celtic designs, things like that. These are bought using Sparta points, okay? Looks like Hades is the highest cost, Sparta, and then Gallic is the lowest. So pretty cool tiered cost system there. You can kind of see them showcased here, the Sparta set, the Gallic set, and the Hades set. So you earn Sparta points by, of course, playing in Sparta, right? And that is how you get those Sparta points. But you don't have to win, okay? You can play a 1v1, a 2v2. You can lose, and you're still going to get Sparta points. Obviously, you should probably try, but you're going to get those points, and then you're going to be able to get these amazing new vanity sets. So, and then these other things, guys, that have come with this quest. Oh, actually, oh my goodness, I need to personal thing for me real quick is actually that I was able to lend my English writing skills to write a quest description for the missing, I'll talk about that here in a minute, the missing Celt Treasury quest. Oh, this is so cool. Look at this. So the Celts had a treasury building, but for some reason the quest was missing from the game. Oh man, I might need to play this like right now. So they had a treasury, but it was not in the game, and then the Norse didn't have a treasury, and it was never in the game. So both the Norse and the Celts didn't have a treasury. They now have treasury quests, and yours truly, the Spaniard, Blake, me, wrote some quest descriptions and quest lore. What's the word I'm looking for? Quest description for these quests here. So very cool. Very cool. Finally, you can get a treasury in your Celtic capital as well as your Norse capital. So check that out. But finally, guys, some of the best updates in my opinion. This UI update is an absolutely awesome new kind of play menu. One of the biggest things that people had trouble with in the game when they started was, how do I play? I just want to play the I want to play the traditional Age of Empires experience, you know, the skirmish versus computers, or with friends versus computers, or I just want to play PvP. I don't want to do ranked PvP. I just want to play a custom PvP, or I just want to play ranked PvP, or whatever the case may be. But how do I get there? I don't know how to get there. And so now you just hit this play button right up here at the top, okay, next to the Empire points, and boom, you've got Sparta PvP, Arena, Defensive Crete, which is like a tower defense mode with a certain amount of waves, and then Skirmish Hall. And it's got a link, boom, takes you right there to the Skirmish Hall, to the Arena, opens it up right there for you, and makes it super easy to navigate. So, absolutely incredible interface, and something that was hugely needed. Another thing real quick before I forget about tooltips. Well, no, maybe. Let me see. So PvE players have been talking about how also just another thing that oh my gosh, well, another thing that people didn't really know was workshops. Didn't know why they couldn't build more workshops. Now, finally in the tooltip, a maximum of 2 rare workshops. Boom. You got your information. That was so desperately lacking. But that brings me to another part of this UI, is that there are tooltips that explain each game mode. So you hover over the game mode and boom, it's going to have a tooltip explaining what that game mode is, what it's all about, some, you know, how you, like, what you'll get for playing, rewards, things like that, the available modes. So just absolutely incredible, and it's got these quick links, tells you the party size, quick description, okay? Just absolutely insane. I absolutely love this update to the UI here. And look at this down here, okay? We've got a couple teases for some game modes that will be coming with the Romans, or will be coming later, and possibly with the Romans. So, absolutely excited about that, and yeah, guys, it's gonna be really cool once we get those new game modes. So, and then yeah. So now, last thing, the guide. Teased the guide earlier. Now we're going to kind of go over the guide. So, of course, as normal, look, the season just reset, so Very cool. But right here in Sparta PvP, okay, you've got your link to the champion mode info and stats, blah, blah, blah. But now here, in addition to the leaderboard, you also have the PvP guide. Guys, this is absolutely incredible. Okay. Absolutely incredible PvP guide created by PF2K. Check this out. It's got a landing page, kind of explains the guide. Starts with the absolute most basic questions about PvP, ranked PvP, all right? So, if you're a new player to Age of Empires Online Project Celeste, or you've been playing Project Celeste for a while, but you've never given PvP a try, even if you're an absolute scrub at PvE, you know, you can barely even do the quests like me, okay? You can start with these basic questions. All right, just the absolute basic questions about the game, about PvP. All right, it's got these nice little screenshots here, or artwork, I should say, not screenshots, but some screenshots, some artwork. But then, after the basic questions, you hop right into the fundamentals, okay? So, absolutely new players can start here, but then, for those of you who kind of maybe know what PvP is all about, but just aren't good, start with the fundamentals. Boom, right here. Making villagers, idle villagers, resources. And then check this out. It's got a tier system. Bronze, silver, gold. So starting here, and then once you're ready to move on to a little bit more advanced information, here's some more advanced fundamentals. And then finally the most advanced fundamentals. Okay? And then check this out. Build orders. Don't know what you should build, like don't know the strategy you should use. Boom, right here, some of the most basic build orders are built into this PvP guide with a detailed description of the build order, as well as these screenshots showing you what to do. Okay, you've got racks first, town center first, and dock first. Gives a description of each with screenshots. And then you can move into the early game tips, okay? Learning the early game, how to survive the early game. Then you can move into unit control. And once again, detailed description of different types of unit control. Guys, I've already looked at this a little bit and learned a couple things from it, okay? Once again, you've got kind of low level, medium level, high level type situations in each, or in some of these tabs here. We've got economy management after unit control, so economy tips, detailed explanation with screenshots, artwork, each tier, and then finally scouting tips with detailed description. So guys, listen, there's absolutely no reason anymore for absolutely no reason for you not to check out PvP, okay? PvP, there's guides on the Discord, there's guides, you know, that you can find online, but now it's built right into the game. It's built right into the game, so get in there, learn PvP, learn the basics, and then just practice. And as you practice, you will get better. Trust me. I myself was an absolute scrub. Okay, back in the days when Age of Empires Online was live with Microsoft, I got absolutely humiliated in a community challenge against Smiley Guy. I was playing on a sub shop Wi-Fi. A buddy of mine, his parents owned a sub shop, so I was using the Wi-Fi because I couldn't play at school because the freaking NAT type wouldn't let me. So I got absolutely humiliated. But since then, I learned, I practiced, but I didn't have a built-in game guide. You all have a built-in game guide now. Learn it, read through it. Even if you're a mid-level player like me, a lower-level player like me, you can still learn something from that guide. So check it out. Absolutely incredible work from PF2K. And I want to show you guys. Check this out. So, when we close the PvP guide, you'll see here there's yet more goodies coming in for us for PvP. See this little coming soon bar? That means that there's going to be something else that gets added. It may or may not have to do with stats. Okay? One of the things that a lot of players say is, hey, excuse me, you know, we've got the season, and the season just reset, but, you know, usually we have the season leaderboards, and you can see for yourself, you know, how you've done this season. Right here, it has your wins and losses and all that for the season. But maybe you want more information. Maybe you want something else. Maybe you want some additional information. So it's very early in production, but just wanted to tease to you guys that there is yet more goodies, yet more content coming down the pike for PvP as well, ranked PvP. So this game is not dead. It is growing, guys. You know, it had died when Microsoft shut it down, but the Project Celeste developer guys, they've brought it back, and they've brought it back with a force. It's better than ever. All right, and we just cannot thank the devs enough for all the work that they do. So huge shout out to you guys. Huge shout out to huge shout out to you guys for these game improvements. And yeah, and last thing I'll say, guys, is about the Romans. Okay, well, actually, sorry, the quest pack as well. The Celtic quest pack is coming in. The adventures of what are their names again? Commentorios and Brenos. I think it's Brenos, right? Yes, Brenos and Commentorios. Quest pack is coming down the line. Okay, it should be out pretty soon. It's going to have a huge content update for us, and it's going to have multiple tiers of quests. Okay, so it's going to, you know, it's going to have the normal legendary quests. It's going to have some elite quests, and it's going to have just normal repeatable quests. So you PvE guys, I'm sorry, should also have a ton of content to enjoy. So, and then what I was saying about the Romans is that the Romans are still in development. Okay, the Romans are being polished, and they are being play tested and checked for balancing. So don't have an exact time frame on when the Romans will be done, but they are well on their way to being completed soon. So be on the lookout for the Romans. I'm hoping the Romans, and if PF2K or anyone else is in the chat, if they want to, you know, give their kind of input in terms of the timeline. Where last I saw, probably in the next couple months, probably by the end of spring, we should have the Romans, or the beginning of summer, we'd be looking at the Romans. So they look absolutely incredible. Check out the Roman blogs if you haven't already, and get hype for the Romans and the Romans release tournament, guys. We're $300 away from a $1,000 Romans release tournament. That is absolutely incredible. Wait, what did I call this? The Rumble of the Rising Stars. Best of 3, and then the maps are going to be what did I say the maps would be? They are going to be Watering Hole, Equal Footing, and Treasure Island. So, we are about to start this match of Crimson versus the Ace. I'm going to get these guys in the game here, and we are going to be starting that in about 2 minutes, guys. Or probably about 3 minutes or so. 2 to 3 minutes. We'll be starting that. So, get hyped for that. But, guys, listen, if you haven't yet, update your game. get in there, check out the new updates. Absolutely awesome updates. Absolutely awesome updates. And when you see a dev, thank them for the new content, because it's absolutely incredible.
There is work. Be well.
All right. So we're just waiting on Crimson to finish his game here. He was playing a ranked game, so we're waiting on him to get out of that game. In the meantime, I'll talk real quick about this upcoming matchup. So Crimson versus the Ace 9. CrimsonCantab versus the Ace 9 is coming up. It's going to be a best of 3. We're going to start on Watering Hole and then go to Equal Footing and then Treasure Island. And yes, Equal Footing is going to be the second map instead of the third. The players can choose their civs. No rules on civ selection. And so the Ace is kind of an old days player who used to be pretty good and is still pretty good, but he's kind of just now getting back into the game, getting back into the groove of things, shaking off the rust. So, and then Crimson is just one of those steady, rock steady mid-level players, kind of higher mid-level player that is kind of trying to break into that top tier, and he's a very good player. So it's going to be a good matchup, in my opinion. Just going to advertise in game now here real quick. What? Oops, ow. Okay, so gonna get Crimson in here in just a moment. I have absolutely not caught up with, or I've not been keeping up with chat, so I hope that someone else has been keeping up with chat, because I've been slacking. Okay, but real quick, so again, we're waiting on Crimson, but after this, guys, after this, absolutely insane, going to be a 2v2, okay, Carnage, Eery, Recon. Praying that Zerton responds to my messages. Praying that Zerton responds to my messages, but if not Zerton, then we'll have the Ace or someone else fill in. Madlib, if Madlib is around, we'll have them fill in. But guys, it's going to be a 2v2. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Super fun with some of the top tier guys in the game. So if we don't break 50 viewers with that, then I don't know what will. Okay. Chinla says Spaniard was selling out so much he forgot the chat. Chinla. Frig off. But yeah, definitely forgot the chat. So, but invite your friends, guys. We're hitting 40 viewers. That's great. This is absolutely great. Listen, if you're just now tuning in and you just missed a breakdown of the new viewer or the new patch content kind of showcase, go back and watch the VOD. Again, just a highlight, skip quest feature, new vanity gear, new tuning for quests, new Celt and Norse treasury quests. The text for those bad boys was written by yours truly, so check it out. Of course, all the hard work was actually done by the development team. But hey, I finally got my hand in Project Celeste, Age of Empires Online. I'm finally in there. I got my fingerprints in there, so that's pretty cool. But new treasuries for new Norse and Celts, and then the UI updates to a lot of things, including the new play menu, which is absolutely incredible, huge feature. New tooltips, explaining the different features, and as well as workshops, just little quality of life improvements, and then finally the PvP guide, which is absolutely awesome. Absolutely insane and crazy and awesome. So be sure to check out the VOD if you missed that breakdown of that. Waiting on Crimson to finish his ranked PvP match here, so we're going to be getting into the game in just a moment, so stick around. Let me catch up on some chat here. Oh, sweet. So Eery says that he'll upload the new patch showcase separately on YouTube, so that's cool. Check it out on YouTube, guys. If you haven't already, subscribe to the Project Celeste YouTube. Should be in the description below, a link to the YouTube. So definitely be sure to do that. And check out that VOD later. And yeah, if someone can do me a favor and message Zerton or see if Zerton's online in Discord, try to get a confirmation from him if he'll be able to do the 2v2, that'd be great. Let's see. Yeah, I'm way too behind on all the chat. I'll make another one for Roman's release. Make another... what? Make another map. Anyway, I'm caught up enough on chat, I think. So guys, should be just a moment. Well, I'm gonna give Crimson another like minute, and then if he's not finished, I'm gonna be like, bro, I need you to either leave or I'm gonna have to get a replacement because I can't wait too much longer. We're now 5 minutes past start time. I told you folks that I'd stay on schedule, but he didn't believe me. Alright, Crimson quit. Okay. Well, hopefully you didn't lose on account of us. Alright, I'm gonna, if you can leave your party, Crimson. Folks, we are just about to get started now. No, you don't get one win by default, Ace. Come on now. Recon says CrimsonCantab. Alright. So. So we are about to get into this game now. CrimsonCantab and the Ace. CrimsonCantab and the Ace. First map is going to be on Watering Hole. Watering Hole was a map created by the one, the only Recon. So, if it's imbalanced, blame Recon. Hashtag blame Recon. Just kidding. Nah, there's no lag for me so far. Huo Jojo says, hi there, just want to congratulate the developers of this project. Thank you for keeping AoE Online alive and free. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more with you there, my friend. Thanks for that shout out to the developers. Absolutely agree. Huge shout out to them for doing all the incredible work on this game. So, thanks, Huo Jojo, for that shout out for our devs there. But without further ado, we are in the best of 3 between Crimson and the Ace. So the Ace is going to be in the northern part of our map here, as the Persians. Crimson is going to be in the southern part of our map as the Blue Norse. Both players somewhat standard. Crimson going for that early storehouse instead of the early racks. As Norse, I think that makes sense. He's on the hunt here. The Ace also on his hunt and throwing down an early racks. Nice base here for the Ace. He's got a pretty close second stone and gold. Crimson's is a little bit further away, but not too bad. Crimson does have 2 hunts, whereas, yeah, Ace has 2 hunts, so not too bad on the map here in terms of each player's starting position. The key will be here, you know, on this map, as you guys can see, it's got this middle shallows, this ring of shallows with the island in the middle of the shallows. Similar to Oasis, but Oasis, you know, was a rather small shallows pond in the middle, and this is kind of a larger ring, so it allows for each player to kind of establish their dock on either side of the ring here, and we'll see which player gains control of the watering hole. Yeah, I see the lag now, guys. I'm not sure why. I'll see if I can check on it. It might be Twitch, honestly, because I'm getting low bit rates in OBS, but my internet seems to be fine. So sorry about the lag, guys. I think it's I think it might be Twitch. Too laggy. Okay. Well, I don't know if it's my connection with one of them or what. Can someone check a... Seems to be on Twitch's end. Okay. Yeah, I'm dropping all kinds of bits to Twitch. Not sure why, guys. Like I said, like PF2K said, I think it's on Twitch's end because everything seems to be fine on my end. My internet is fine. Yeah, no problem for my internet, so hopefully the lag goes away, guys. Just hold tight, stick with it, keep refreshing the stream, and hopefully it should end soon. Hopefully Twitch will get their stuff together. Maybe it's just really heavy volume right now for Twitch too. Maybe we need to consider heading over to Mixer, Kappa. Breaking news: Project Celeste moves official stream to Mixer in exclusive deal. In great twist of irony, Microsoft now paying team that's developing their dead game that they couldn't monetize correctly to stream exclusively on Mixer. Yeah, sorry guys, it's Twitch. I know it's lagging, but it's Twitch. So I apologize, but not a ton I can do. I know it's lagging, but it's Twitch. So sorry guys. Okay, I'll try that. PF2K. I tried that the other week when Twitch was having trouble too. I was trying to stream on my personal stream, and I was trying to stream on my personal stream, so I tried to change servers, and it didn't really help. But I'll excuse me. I'll try to switch servers after this game is over. So there's some early aggression here from the ace, and actually pretty heavy aggression from the ace. He's able to deny a couple storehouses here for Crimson, and Crimson's a little bit on his back foot here. Crimson does have a second town center up, but he's playing from behind at this point, so. I was watching a prof yesterday, and he was lagging also. He turned off low latency, and it fixed. Yeah, I'll try to turn off low latency and switch servers here in a second, guys. Yeah, I'm hoping not to have to restart the stream because we're up to 40 viewers and I don't want to lose people, but we'll do what we have to do. But if you guys will just kind of hang tight with me through this game, I'll restart